so much in running, and it just really dawned on me. It's the man that my mom was underage when she consumed me. Anyone who'd have been older.
All right, let's break this down. Jay-Z might be considered one of the greatest in music history, but it looks like he just took a big loss in court, and it's coming from someone who says he's his son. A 30-year-old man named Rymir Satterthwaite, from New Jersey, has been saying for years that Jay-Z is his real father. His mom, Wanda Satterthwaite, claims she had a relationship with Jay-Z back in 1992, when she was just 16. She says they met in Philadelphia, and at the time, Jay-Z wasn't a star yet. He was still just Sean Carter, a young rapper from Brooklyn trying to get noticed by performing at local events. According to Wanda, they had a short relationship, she got pregnant, and when she tried to contact him afterward, he disappeared.
I ask for money. I don't do interviews just saying, hey Jay-Z, give me your money, or I'm coming at the Jay-Z for his money. I never did that. I'm not that type of person. I'm not trying to make nobody seem like a bad person or nothing. I'm just really coming out here for the truth. I don't want no money or anything. I wasn't looking for none of that. I just want to know the truth. And if I can't go to the courts and get the truth, like, what is it really? Why are you? What is it? I just really want it over. It's something that's really affecting my life, and I just want it over.
She says she didn't even realize who he really was until he became famous. Once she saw him on TV, it all clicked. From that point on, she says she tried several times to get him to take a paternity test, but claims his team either ignored her or blocked her attempts. Now, some people are wondering, why is this suddenly a big deal again? Well, it's because the case just got serious again. After years of being pushed aside due to technical issues, Rymir finally got permission from the court to reopen the case.
Nicki Minaj is back on X, and she's coming for Jay-Z. So in a series of tweets, Nicki Minaj is claiming that Jay-Z owes her 100 to 200 million. She tweeted, Jay-Z, call me to settle the karmic debt. It's only collecting more interest. You still in my top 5 though. Let's get it. N-word. And anyone still calling him whole will answer to God for the blasphemy.
Even bigger than that, a judge has now given Jay-Z a deadline. He must officially respond to the paternity claims by July 18. This is a huge shift. In the past, Jay-Z never had to directly deal with this in court. His legal team would usually argue things like the case being filed in the wrong court, or paperwork not being done correctly. But this time, the court is saying, no more excuses. You need to respond. For Rymir, who's been trying to get answers since he was a teenager, this could be the breakthrough he's been fighting for. Here's where things get really interesting. Jay-Z is known for protecting his name and brand.
His alleged 30-year-old son, Rymir Satterthwaite, is sharing new details about the affair his late mother, Wanda, allegedly had with the rapper back in 1992. In a signed 2015 affidavit, Wanda claims that she met Jay-Z, who at the time went by Rock, in Philadelphia through her friend. She alleges that she and Jay-Z had protected sex, but that the protection broke when she was just 16 and he was 22. She also described the 2-bedroom apartment she claims Hove drove her to and the exact fit he wore.
When false rumors about him come out, whether about his personal life or business ties, he usually shuts them down quickly with statements or legal action. Remember when people tried to drag his name into those wild stories involving Diddy? He handled that fast. But when it comes to Rymir, Jay-Z has been silent for more than 10 years. That silence is what's making people raise eyebrows. Think about it, if someone wrongly claimed to be your child, wouldn't you just take a DNA test and prove them wrong? Especially if you're a billionaire and your public image is everything? But Jay-Z hasn't done that. Instead, his legal team has focused on everything except the DNA test, arguing about court rules, jurisdiction, and technical stuff.
You believe wholeheartedly that Jay's your father?
I really do. And if it's not, why you can't prove me wrong? Like, it's not as far as a proving me wrong thing. It's go to the courtroom and basically do what everybody else would have to do. Like, it's not, you don't have to prove me wrong. I just want the truth. Honestly, I can take a no. I can take, if I'm embarrassed at the end of the day, I can take that. I really can. I've been through a lot. I've seen a lot. I could take me being embarrassed. Like, this can't take nobody not saying nothing.
And honestly, that's made people suspicious. Even celebrities are noticing. 50 Cent, who's never shy about speaking up, posted about the situation on social media, cracking jokes like, "This why HOV was trending the other day." That's classic 50. He trolls a lot, but he often says what many people are thinking. Then out of nowhere, Nicki Minaj shared the post too, and she added the caption, "To God be the glory." That may not seem like a big deal, but considering the history between her and Roc Nation, it definitely felt personal. There have been whispers for a while that Jay-Z's team tried to control aspects of Nicki's career, blocked deals, and spread negative stories. So her comment wasn't just random, it sounded more like payback. And it doesn't stop there. A video has also surfaced where the daughter of Roc Nation's CEO talks about shady things happening behind the scenes. She mentioned secrets, cover-ups, and how some people at the company get protected while others are thrown under the bus. All of this is adding fuel to the fire. Even Beyoncé's name got pulled into the drama. According to Rymir's godmother, someone from Beyoncé's team supposedly told him to go away, little boy. That's a pretty cold thing to say. But it gets worse. The godmother also claims someone showed up at her house late at night wanting to talk about the case. That sounds more like intimidation than a friendly chat. Why go to those lengths unless there's something you don't want getting out? And here's something major that can't be overlooked. Back in 1992, Wanda was only 16 years old, and Jay-Z was 22. That's not just a big age gap that's illegal in many states, including the one where this allegedly happened. If it's proven that Jay-Z is the father, this could go beyond just a paternity case. It could become a criminal matter. And that could be a huge reason why he's been avoiding the DNA test for so long. One quick swab could settle all of this. But instead of just doing that, Jay's team has kept delaying and using legal loopholes to avoid going to court. In fact, Jay-Z's lawyers even claimed he couldn't be forced to take a test in New Jersey because he didn't have any connection to the state. But Rymir's team found something interesting in a book by Beyoncé's mom, Tina Knowles. She mentions that Jay-Z did own property in New Jersey back in the day. That one detail might be enough to prove Jay's legal team wrong and allow the case to continue. And Rymir didn't just let things go. When the lower courts rejected him, he took the case all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. This isn't some cash grab or quick fame situation. Rymir has made it clear, he's not after money. He just wants to know the truth about where he comes from. And after everything he's been through, you can't help but feel for the guy. But here's the twist: Jay-Z's team allegedly tried to seal the case and handle it privately so it wouldn't make headlines. That didn't work. The judge has now allowed the case to move forward in court, and that's a big deal. Why? Because it means this isn't just going to quietly disappear like it did before. This time, Jay-Z has to face it head on. No more delays. No more hiding behind lawyers. The truth is finally going to come out, and a DNA test could change everything. No matter what happens next, one thing is clear: Rymir isn't backing down. And after decades of silence, Jay-Z might finally have to give the world some answers. So let's bring this full circle. For years, Rymir has said he was blocked at every step. He claims the system didn't protect him, it protected the powerful. He says judges turned a blind eye, lawyers played dirty, and that Jay-Z's influence kept the truth buried for decades. And let's be real, when you're going up against one of the most powerful men in the music industry, and you're just a regular person with no fame, no big money, and no platform, that fight's never fair. But Rymir never stopped. He wasn't asking for a paycheck or trying to chase clout. He wanted one thing: a chance to prove who he really is. And now, finally, he's getting that chance. If you've ever felt like the legal system is stacked against the average person, this story probably hits home. And if a DNA test proves Jay-Z is Rymir's biological father, then everything changes. First, legally this could be serious. Wanda, Rymir's mother, was only 16 when she says Jay-Z, who was 22 at the time, took her across state lines. If that's true, it's not just a messy story, it could be a federal issue, and that opens the door to serious consequences. We're talking legal investigations, public backlash, and a stain on Jay-Z's reputation that won't go away easily. Second, it could shake Jay-Z's carefully built image. He's seen as a billionaire mogul, a loving husband, a father, a role model. But if this turns out to be true, it raises deep questions. Did he really turn his back on a son? Did his team spend decades trying to silence the truth? Did he let money and power come before responsibility? Social media is already exploding. Fans are breaking down court records, piecing together timelines, and sharing Rymir's story everywhere. People aren't just watching, they're invested. And the reason it's hitting so hard? Because Rymir's not chasing the spotlight. He's chasing the truth. One person said it best, he's not asking for a dime. He just wants to know who his father is. That's real. Another wrote, if Jay had nothing to hide, why avoid a simple DNA test for over 10 years? And now with celebrities like 50 Cent and Nicki Minaj speaking up, this is no longer something Jay-Z's team can ignore. The pressure is on. The eyes of the world are watching. Rymir isn't just the guy who said he might be Jay-Z's son, he's the one who refused to be silenced. So here's the big question. Is Jay-Z hiding something, or is this just a huge misunderstanding that spiraled out of control? Let us know in the comments. Do you think the truth is finally about to come out? And if so, what happens next for one of music's biggest icons? Hit that like button, subscribe for updates, and don't forget to drop your thoughts below because this story is far from over. We'll keep watching.